everybody, welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. We are currently in the Zero Dawn project facility, and we are learning a lot about the past and what occurred and what exactly was going on with the world and why they couldn't stop the apocalypse, and how they were trying to figure out a way to basically repopulate the Earth after. But there's some questions. See, one of the things is, why didn't Apollo work? This fount of knowledge that they were building so that the people who came after would be able to know everything about previous humans. Why didn't that work? What happened? Why is Hades, which is supposedly probably another part of this, why isn't that? Why is that evil? What's going on? It seems fitting that on episode 80, we're now finally getting to the truth of everything. Text data points from Samina Ebaji to Elisabet Sobek, subject encapsulated DNA. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions: magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees C for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious? That is a new word for me. I don't think I've seen that one before. That doesn't happen very often. Indeed, propitious? Propitious. That we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. How in the world do you use encapsulated DNA to store knowledge? And keep it okay for 1,000 plus years. Clearly something went wrong. Uh-oh, we got people! Apollo update text mail from Samina Ebaji. To Elisabet Sobek, subject Apollo update. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Oh. So basically they're saying they couldn't do the 4,500 languages because some of them went extinct prior to getting it? Ah, that's great. Speaking of their heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. The children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. But that doesn't mean that the people who'd come later will have that same level of trust. These kids and adolescents they grew up with robots. They understood everything that was going on to a certain extent. It wasn't new to them. That's not the same case for everything for the people who'd come later after the robots killed everybody and, you know, life on Earth itself. Maybe it's not so simple. Anyway, hello.
All of this lost. The ancients' greatest gift to us.
Greatest? How about the fact we exist at all?
To abide in ignorance is a curse, Aloy. You of all people should know that.
Just true. But what exactly happened that we didn't have the ability? That's what I'm most curious about. It's really what I am super curious about. And then what were those metal devils? Those weren't one of the original okay. Alright. Let's see if I can try to be at least a little bit calmer about this. Okay. He's all by him's lonesome. So let's go ahead and... Oh, nope. Somebody on the top can see me. Not good. I don't know if I'd call that particularly silent, but I suppose it does the job. Okay. Ooh. How far are you going to come? That was silent. Ish. Okay.
Okay.
Shit. Of course he'd turn back right... Crap. Well, there went my stealth approach. Let's just wait. He hurt his own person. Good job. Good job. Just, you never saw me. You never saw me. Go back to what you were doing. Go on back. No, 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 don't come this way.
That's right. No one here.
Beautiful. Works for me. Oh. Okay.
It may not be over.
You think? Do I have that skill that lets me down on heavy and elite? Yes, I do. Okay, perfect.
Stay away! We may have more company!
Don't mind me. Oh, perfect. That was perfect. Okay. Take you. Okay. can do this. Yep. I can totally do this.
Quietly.
Nope, go away. Y'all didn't see nothing here. Oh boy, okay. That is a very slow moving timer. Good gracious, come on.
Rost always said, patience.
Nope. Okay. Okay. Come on. I can do this. Ah, fuck. I hate when it does that.
Over here, it's her!
Wait. That's the last of them. Alone once more.
Should have been a cave of wonders.
It still is. I mean, not exactly like it's not still a cave of wonders. It's just slightly more deadly now. Ah, man, okay. So let's take a look around. Apollo Archive 100. Didn't mean to do that. Archive stack error code lock exception 1, all data lost. But why? Something... Did they just not get it done in time, or... See if I can't find anything else in here. I know there was one that I skipped. Where was it? Could it just be the erosion? I mean, this place basically turned into a cave. Come on. Up and at 'em. Okay, that's where we need to go. But I'm not done in here yet. I know I saw something. Hmm. Okay, I thought I saw something. There's something making noise. Right around here. Come on. Hera's testimonial received January 2066. Desk closed, unable to archive.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
That would have to be like so intense to know that you caused that. What was this one? Oh, Derval. Okay. I don't seem to be missing anything so far. But I would swear there was another one in here, wasn't there? I was so focused on killing that I didn't bother to stop and listen to it at the time, but I was like, I'd go back. Did I just make it up in my mind? That it existed? Follow Archive 100. Archive stack error, code lock exception 01, all data lost. So it's not even an issue of like, we just need to turn the power on again. It's literally gone. At least according to this thing. And then... you know what, for all his knowledge, why didn't he think of going through the vents? We have all these people here trying to kill us just because they knew they investigated the vents. Why didn't Silence ever do that? Uh-huh. I would swear. Oh. Deathbringer gun. Deathbringer gun. Oh, those are from my previous battles. I'm going nuts here, guys. I swear there was something. Because I went up here to kill the guy. And I would swear I saw one. And what did I didn't already grab it. I know I didn't. And I went this way, realized that I couldn't get to the other guy from here. And so... Huh... Apollo Archive 200, Archive Stack Error Code Block Exception 01, all data lost. So did the encapsulated DNA just not work, or... See, you hear that? There's something. Something around this area that I'm missing. I know I hear it. But where is it coming from? Okay, I guess that was all that was in here. I'm literally blind. I don't see where anything else is, so...
Welcome to Hades.
Yeah!
Dawn's Extinction Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. And what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do. Which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
She's not really asking you the question, she's simply asking it out loud, trying to formulate her thoughts. That's usually what people do. Noise complaints. Text mail from Travis Tate. Travis Tate to Elisabet Sobek, subject noise complaints. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds, hand to God, and swear my mom was great. And she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades labs, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air. And feel, in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like he was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal, might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an Extinction Protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. I like this guy. He's got some style. But that's kind of creepy, though. At the same time, it's like, oh, this is where he coded. Good to know. Hades Protocol text log. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, you pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers. Sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky! I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong. Or plenty strongs, because I guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. So isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity. Does that mean that Hades has taken over control right now, and so Gaia isn't even around? Is that the idea? Is that why we have, like, those nasty machines being produced now, instead of just the nice, back to Earth, cultivate machines? Yeah? Okay. Archive abuse from Samina Ibaji. From Samina Ibaji to Travis Tate, carbon copy Elisabet Sobek. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission number 0000238876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days. I know, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings re inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 accounts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite... Sorry, got a phone call. for giving me the pleasure of projecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but art. 2. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I've directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing for the submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all. Or the rest of us do anyway. Dr. Savina Ibaji. That sounded a little contentious. Ouch. Oh, we're getting kind of narrow in here.
Looks like the only way onwards.
How in the world was it able to produce this in just 1,000 years anyway? And not really even 1,000 years, because it was destroyed.
Welcome
For
to
200 some years.
Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist.
Oh,
I am Patrick
This is
Brochard Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances. But, as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
okay. I feel like, was he one of the ones that had, let's see, Captain Okilo, Alpert, aerospace engineering was Ron Felder, who did not make it. Environmental reclamation, okay. PhD molecular and cellular, Tom Paik. Data security consultant, Travis Tate. Brad Andak. Okay, so we don't know this one. We didn't get an interview, his interview. Cradle Servitor Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors, Nurturer, Disciplinarian, Healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between a disciplinarian and healer personae. I've also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinary servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. where a servitor within the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just data corrupted. Huh. So, like, they literally were making people and then had robots to care for them? Personae? Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk. I don't know what that means. Is that a foreign word? In addition to personally overseeing the completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. PBK. So they set up these cradles all over the world, and that's where people basically emerged from. But how do we not remember that? Or rather, how is that not something that came through? FZ chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted the past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO, result. Nutrition delivery, result. Hormonal stability, result. 12 other risk areas, result. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Ceres doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours and get back to it. Expected fabrication plan within 48 hours. Far Zenith. What was that? That's where we came in. Huh. Kinda weird.
Can't carry more.
Okay, up. Anything over there? Sometimes I actually wish it wouldn't show this kind of stuff, simply because I can't tell sometimes what is interactable and what isn't. But surely this would be one of the sites, right? A cradle? So then what happened?
Facilities. Elisabet said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
To go
The
inside!
hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elisabet's office.
That's what we're going to do.
Should have brought a cart.
Should have. You should carry more. Okay. Whoop! Nope, I'm stuck. Good job. Okay. Are we going down or up? Up. Is there anything down here? No. It's literally just... Okay. It's like, can we swim underwater and get to anywhere? No. No, the other way, you... Oh! I love and hate their climbing system at the same time. I love how easy it is, And I hate how it just gets so stuck sometimes. Ooh, that better be fixed in the sequel. There is a sequel. I'm sure there's gonna be a sequel. Oh, man. All this stuff.
Nuts would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet...
And yet, I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
They programmed her to... Ooh.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Dialogue.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elisabet, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elisabet, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elisabet, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elisabet. In you, all things.
Okay, so she was built here and then moved. What is that? Container of some kind. But this isn't Elisabet's office?
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elisabet, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Oh, so an override was... Okay, I'm back the way I came. That was a no-go! Uh-oh. Pry open door. Good on me. Examine Elisabet Sobek's terminal.
No space.
Ah, man. Just a moment. Odyssey has failed. From Elisabet Sobek to all Alphas, Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Var Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo, zygotes, and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Well, that sounds good. Not. So they had both the human on Earth plan and also one in space. Artemis status. Those were the animals, right? It's from Charles Ronson to Elisabet Sobek. So Artemis status. Coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for the samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the conception of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the storm breakthrough in Myanmar. Is it Myanmar? The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this, not on our watch, Ronson. So they definitely face problems. Things going wrong, all sorts of stuff. Should I be on this side? Access. Okay, guys. This is it. I don't know how long this is going to be. We're at 47 minutes. I almost want to stop here and wait for the next episode, but you know what? We're gonna go on ahead. We'll just make this a long episode.
Alpha registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Oh, people behind us.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
It's taking time, though. Oh, don't tell me he'll be able to break through the damn wall. That's hardly fucking fair.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Helis. Oh. What are they trying to do?
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, Even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along.
Our focus.
When I heard that you had
Weapons.
survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Rost, you knew it was wrong trying to bore me to death.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events.
Ugh, religion.
You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun.
You crazy.
Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings, a pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Well, that's your
Cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
They cast me out. Needless slaughter. They're irrelevant. They didn't really cast you out.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile.
We can get another one. I hope.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
The only problem was the alpha registry downloaded to her focus? And then he just destroyed it. We'll have to go back and get it.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
You really should have killed her when you had the chance.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Duran ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
We are defenseless.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. Weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this room. Maybe I can use strength against it.
How?
I wasn't built to take a behemoth's charge either.
Can I not? I can't! Oh, there we go. Okay, I was using the wrong... Oh, boy. Okay. Alright. No. Give your weapons back. Yep. Holy shit. Oh my god, guys. Okay. I think maybe we're supposed to, like, break those, posts. But, we're gonna end it here. And, because I don't know how long this is going to take. And we're going to pick it back up in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Holy shit. Wow. What a revelation. I'll be back. Yep. Soon. See you then.